Hello mortals, and welcome back to this series. In today's 23rd installment of the series, I've forgotten what I do. Okay, so, I'm pretty sure we just get some more iron and stuff, and that's basically it. Kind of. I do some reading, I just kind of exist. It's a more chill episode than the rest. I'm not constantly bombarding you with random topics or silence. I mean, kind of. That was extreme. Anyway, I do hope you enjoy, and I will see you later. Hello! We are here again. I didn't have much of a plan. Again, I haven't done an intro yet. Good job, me. I'm doing great. But hello again. How's everybody's day going? I hope it's going well. I'm just existing. Look at it, it's pretty. You know, I was debating on cutting out, like, a bunch of time that you'll see in a moment, but I've decided not to because, I don't know, I think it's nice. And look at that singular block of untreated farm. It's not fun. I'm pretty sure I fix it right now. Or at least do this and then fix it. Yeah. That was record-breaking time. 1 minute. Wow. Look at all them potatoes. Them some lovely potatoes. You guys are just be doing some farming. Some lovely little farming. I don't know why I suddenly turned British at that. Some lovely little farming, eh? So, I don't have a plan for this video, as I usually don't, but there's the little sequence here, which I would like to be silent for, because I hope you guys, might enjoy some quietness. I don't know, I might even do a longer video of it. So the music should start playing. Yeah. Obviously I can't hear it, because, I apparently don't want to hear it. That is my second yawn. However, I'm just gonna be looking at the sky for right now, and it's gonna be a while, so I would be quiet now. I hope you guys enjoyed this little few minutes of silence and sky watching. Alright, and I stole a screenshot there because it thought it would be nice. But that's the end of my sky watching. That was immediate. Anyway, I don't remember what else we do in the rest of this episode. So, I've now decided that I'm hearing the audio and there's something in my throat yet again. Isn't that lovely? Look at that polar bear. It's a nice polar bear. Oh, wait a second. Am I looking at the building again? I'm looking at the building again. That was just it. Okay, never mind. I think this, like, first 12 minutes was recorded on a different day compared to the next 20 minutes. And that's why in these first 12 minutes, I'm just existing. And in the next, like, 20 or so, I'm actually doing some important stuff. I don't know what that important stuff is, though, so I'm in confusion with you. Though, of course, you could just skip ahead. But I'm not going to do that, because, I don't know, I want to be surprised for myself, which is, But there I am admiring my building again. Probably waiting for something, I don't know. Anyway, sudden transition, we're now doing something productive. You know, perhaps I should wait, or not wait, and perhaps I should go mine some more cobblestone for that cobblestone tower. I still have some more home improvements that I need to do, as I've been saying. Such as fixing that front porch and things. But currently, I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm apparently very tired. I'm a tired human being. So tired, in fact, that I could even fall asleep right now. Yeah. I thought that'd be funny. I don't know if it was. Probably not really. Where am I going? Oh, I guess I'm going to see this pretty sunset. Also, look. I think I look. Or do I not? Nope, I don't. I go search for more iron. That's what I do. Oh. Look, there's an entire, if I could look, there's an entire plain biome next to the frozen mountain, which I thought was pleasant. Yeah. It appears my science is just still full, and that's fun. So yeah, I'm just mining iron. So I have an idea. I'm going to finish that story that I did a long while ago. You're finally going to hear the end of it. Now, the only issue with it is that I have no idea where I last left off. So I'm just gonna find it. Where is it? I don't have it. Why not? I should have it. Wait, no. Oh wait, I don't want a terabyte of online storage. That's a lot. Who needs a full terabyte of online storage? You just need physical one. It's much better. You'll be able to actually have it in your hand. It appears I have no idea where that store is. Oh. Yeah, apparently not. I want to do something else, because I think it'd be fun for me to read something that I've done. So, as I previously said in other things, I enjoyed writing, and I wanted to write a book that is entirely separate, and it's interesting. I was going to have it set in an alternate 1960s, where the German Empire won the First World War, not the second one, because that's way too basic. But I was actually planning on it being, similar to the First World War in the 1960s, where the German Empire has to fight the Soviet Union, and so the Eastern Front looks a bunch like the Western Front from the First World War. And with that, I'm probably sure that would never actually happen to the terrain of that place, but I've never been there. But I thought it'd be really cool. Like, the technology would be as advanced as probably the 1930s, and not much else, and I only really wanted it to be the 1960s for the ending, for one particular reason that I will not be saying. But I thought it would be nice, and my actual main idea on it was for Rebellion to actually be bad. So because Germany, I almost just died, good job me. Because the German Empire won the First World War, they are quote-unquote supervising or overseeing French government and French stuff and all that sort of stuff. Which they actually are. They're not really involved in French politics. I'm sure this would actually be different in history. And if the Germans actually won the First World War, it would be way different. But I have no idea, because I'm making this up, and I thought it would be really fun. But my main idea with the French Rebellion is that they would be serving with U.S. help, and with that U.S. help came a virus. And now that virus is basically kind of like a zombie sort of way, where they tested it for weeks and weeks, and it's basically a virus that sort of takes the body and makes it decay over long periods of time, turning black blood into your flesh gray, and basically having your skin peel off. Now, I realize that might sound disturbing, which is technically, or not really technically, but it is the point. And I thought it would be, an interesting story to have. It would, oh god. It would focus on 4 main characters, however, it would be probably third person. And, yeah. With the rebellion, the R4 trying stop it, and then they kind of fail to do so. I don't want to spoil too much, but the only issue with this story is that I haven't written most of it. I've written some parts. But either way, I'm going to read a thing that I had written a long while ago that's still technically that's still set in that world. However, it's not a part of any zombie outbreak or whatever. And I'm not actually going to call them zombies. They're just going to be creatures or monsters that live whilst being dead. Anyway. Oh, hold on. I gotta read this. I realize it might not be great for YouTube to hear me saying this, but I'm sure it'll be completely fine and nothing bad will ever happen to me. Or to it. Anyway. I am a soldier, often shooting sad men and digging trenches. I've known to be the deadliest weapon and the harshest negotiator, making demands that are reasonable but outrageous. I translate Russian propaganda to common knowledge and speak. I write letters to my family at home, hoping that they are safe in the war. I manage my time on the field and in the barracks efficiently to allow maximum performance wherever I travel. Occasionally, I leave the prisoners of war food for their... Oh my god. Occasionally, I leave the prisoners of war food, for they are human and in need of it as well. Now, I realize this sounds odd, but that's because this was an assignment for high school, and the assignment was to take a template and move some of the words and all that sort of things into something different, and it's meant to be a college parody essay. And so I did it for just a random soldier of the story that I was just saying. Anyway, gonna continue my thing now. Hold on. I don't know if the mic will pick up the computer audio because I'm now actually listening to it and the music sounds really nice. Anyway, I satisfied my commanding officer with my outstanding performance and discipline. I can lead men into battle with only a sword in hand. I cook excellent meals, even that of the high command of Whoa, I can't speak. That even the high command are jealous of. I am an expert in tracking the enemy and assuring my comrades a sweet and short victory. Using only a rifle and a shovel, I once single-handedly stopped a Russian advance and held the line. I played the piano, often not too far away from the front for cold, dark, and lonely nights. I was scouted by a cavalry division and made sure none returned to their lines. I'm the subject of numerous raids and propaganda posters that spread throughout the country. When I'm bored, I clean my rifle and sharpen my shovel. I enjoy the sun and a cold breeze against my uniform. On Wednesdays, after an artillery barrage, I repaired and rebuilt the trenches, free of any corrosion and mud. I'm a brute, a reaper, a merciless machine. Filmmakers worldwide swoon over my statistics and my skills as a soldier for their movies. I don't cry, I am death, yet I do not wish to kill. Actually, that doesn't feel right. Hold on. I don't cry, I am death, yet I do not wish to kill. I have been the soldier the recruits look up to and won many medals time and time again. Last winter I traveled across the line on Christmas to give up presents and supplies to both ally and enemy. I have killed far too many to count. My records and actions will stand as a test of time for wars behind mine. Behind mine? What? Huh. My comrades trust me. I can hurl grenades at the enemy trenches with deadly accuracy. I once read the letters of my friend's family. I once read the letters of my friend's family to them in one day and still had time to bury the bodies of the fallen. I guess because they can't read. Ugh. Gross. Anyway, I know the location of every machine gun post and bunker on this front. I performed several nighttime raids against the Russians and was overwhelmingly successful. When I sleep in a bunk in the trenches. While on a trip to my hometown, I successfully was able to sign autographs and got to see my old house that I was raised in. The laws of warfare do not apply to me off the line. I fight, I kill, I help, I serve, and my comrades are still safe. On the weekends to let off steam, I have a competition with the prisoners and friends to see who was more of an accurate sniper. Years ago, I discovered an old pistol hidden in the ground, and I use it as my personal sidearm. I have made extraordinary pieces of equipment ranging from trench covers to artillery cannons. I have won arm wrestles with many of the toughest prisoners and Russian runaways. Hold on. I have won arm wrestles with many of the toughest prisoners and Russian runaways. This is worded so weirdly. I have won sniper shots in a week. I also have won the best musician behind the lines, and all those things I just added. Not really. The I have won part added because this is written so weirdly. I have played Beethoven, I have performed heroic actions, and I have spoken with the Kaiser himself, but I have not gone to college. And that is the end of that assignment. So, still worded weirdly, because the template I had sucked. But, I mean, I guess it wrote that, so I think it's fine. Anyway, as you can tell, I was not paying attention to anything that I did, but I'm pretty sure I got a crap ton of iron. Even though I only see 6. Oh, wait. Nope, there's an entire stack. I got a crap ton of iron. I guess I think that's a stack. I don't know, I can't see with the small screen. So, there goes my iron run, and you heard a bit of a world that I wanted to build. Yippee! I also have a few other writing for that world. A letter from the Kaiser, or Wilhelm Kaiser the Third, to Joseph Stalin, who would be the leader of Soviet Russia by this time. But that is in a notebook, and I don't know where that notebook is. I mean, hey, I was just talking about physical stuff. Thankfully, I have something that's physical. Unfortunately, I don't know where that physical thing is. So, there's that. Benefits of having physical copies of your data, or of your writing. It's physical. You can access it at any time, and it can last forever. Unfortunately, if you misplace it, you have no idea where it is. Compared to online, where you can also have those things, however, if you misplace it, you can find it easily. Or if you accidentally delete it, you can never find it again. If you permanently delete it, I should say. The snow's nice in Minecraft. I'm glad they had the update of making it more snowy. At least I think it works on the snow. I know it works on the rain, but I'm pretty sure snow is more snowy. I could be wrong. Maybe I am wrong. I probably am wrong. Look at all that iron. That's some good iron. I should probably get 2 blast furnaces if I ever do this again. Going for a bunch of ores. I'm curious if anyone wanted to pay attention to the thing that I just wrote. Oh my. I'm curious of people's opinions of the thing that I just read out loud. It'd be nice to hear stuff. Stuff apart from, my friends and family. That sounded real quiet at the end. Anyway. That, of course, isn't the actual main story. The actual main story isn't even, it's not even, a quarter of the way done. It's got, a few things that have been done. If I open it, I got, 5 scenes, which is not good in a book. Yeah, I think I just have 5 scenes. The introduction, a few other things. And, whilst I do have the entire book planned out, I just have to do it, and I've unfortunately not done it because motivation is lackluster with me recently, which is not good, and not fun. But this is. I enjoy doing this. I think it's fun. I think it's nice. And even if no one were to watch it, I still think it's nice. Because, I enjoy it. Not to say it's terrible or anything. It's just pleasant. Anyway, that's all for today. If you enjoyed my rambling and the silence, the the difference between the silence and the rambling this episode, then give it a like. Or if you just enjoyed the episode in general, then give it a like. If you want to continue seeing, this series and seeing me talk to myself and all that sort of stuff, then subscribe. And I'll see you later. Not later, next time. Bye now.